situation extremely dangerous. Attack, isn't it? One blow and down. Rakama, sorry, these are lyrics to a catchy campaign tune.
Alright, greetings and wishing you a blessed weekend. It's weekend. It's almost at the end part of it, but yeah, wherever you are, any part of the world, we want to say hi and we want to welcome you to our show, the Youth Conversation Hour with me, Kekus Kalma-guide, and with my guest here today. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself and then we go forward on. Yes.
Alright, hello everybody and welcome to the program. I'm Foday Musa from the Youth Advocacy Program.
Yes, he is one of the very amazing youth activists as well, a very young potential actor coming up. But anyways, don't mind my voice because today my voice is kind of crazy because I have a little bit of flu, so don't mind. Anyways, as you can see, we are still far off. So, because if I like actually use the mask, you're not gonna hear my voice. You're not gonna hear anything I'm gonna say. So, anyways, I skip the mask. But yeah, I'm safe. Everything is okay, isn't it so?
Yeah,
I'm safe. But anyways, viewers from wherever you are, any part of the world, we kind of bring in a discussion today, which is main focusing on us as young people all around the world. That's part of your color, skin, or whatsoever. But then looking at crises happening right now around the world, as you probably seen on the news there, it's kind of so crazy, it's kind of so creepy, and majority of these people you're seeing there are youth, you know, very young guys like us here. You know, you see the ageable people, but not very much of them. You only see few of those people, you know. But anyways, before we proceed furthermore, just want to say we are sorry because the two ladies that we had to join us, the one couldn't make it up because of the younger brother swallowed something, so they had to rush to the hospital. But yeah, notwithstanding, one is going to join us. She'll be a little bit late because of the traffic. And yeah, she's going to join us at any time, and then we have to discuss with her as well, to telling us our experience and situation so on that is going, that they are facing right now, the moment that school are even opening up, and how they're going to be coping up with the situation, and how they're going to get used to it again for quite a long time, being, you know, sitting home, you know. But anyways, yeah, Mr. Foday, you know, I'm very happy to have you today, you know, and putting up straightforward. We should have like be doing it in Aku, that's the Sierra Leonean Pidgin language, which is the general language for the country itself. But then we're gonna do it in English, so our viewers from all part of the world where they are watching us live here, from Gambia, the Smiling Coast of Africa, Salaji, Sibek, Liab, might benefit and understood very well like what we've been saying and what we are saying on today. So now let me go straight to the point. Of recent, we've been seeing a lot of demonstration going on in Nigeria, which is our sisterly country, West Africa as well. You know, they calling on a lot of demonstrations towards end SARS kind of this. And for viewers that are not having clue, SARS is a part of a policing wherein they are responsible for like fighting against drugs, you know, certain crimes. They do raiding, go after people, most especially young people. You know, they kind of do all this like in America we have I think the FBI,
SWAT, yeah.
We have the SWAT something here, and then we have the CIA, but the CIA normally don't rush like that. It's like the SWAT,
Yeah.
the SWAT and the FBI kind of thing, you know. So this is what, you know, the present government thought it felt like they have to bring this certain organization in Nigeria for, you know, for this crime rate and other things. Yeah, but now it's like the excessive force has becoming like too much, you know, and then now the citizens are so being affected, like the youth, this kind of step, like the youth have taken and been backed up by the parents.
Yeah, I thank you very much
Yeah.
for having me, Kekus. Well, first of all, I just want to clear the point of SARS, like the true meaning of SARS. You understand? SARS is unit in the Nigerian police, which is responsible for robbery. So that's why it is a special anti-robbery.
Alright, viewers, we are very sorry for that. It's a little breakdown of the connection, but we fixed it already. We are very sorry for that little breakdown. So yes, sir, you were saying something about the SARS.
So SARS was formed actually to take care of robbery and other major crimes, that involves arms and ammunition. You understand?
Okay.
But in recent years, they have actually deviated from their responsibility. They search people unlawfully. They just meet you on the way. Can we search you? The search is normal, we can say, because of security purpose. But after that, even if they didn't see anything of interest, they'll keep on interrogating you until they get what they want. And this has led many youths to their graves, or some people who have worked and have some money. They think you are part of these Yahoo boys or whatever. They have scrapped them, their accounts and whatever.
Can you make it a little bit easy so that the viewers can really understand what you're trying to talk about Yahoo boys and how do you actually mean?
Yeah. They boys are these people who are internet scammers.
Okay.
Who do scam people through the internet to extort money from them. You understand?
Yeah.
So SARS recently have extended their mandate towards that point, like breaking down of those people to bring them to the law. But it's like they have been going through the wrong channel. You understand? They'll meet you with your iPhone or a laptop, then they tell you are a Yahoo boy. Even if they didn't see anything of interest in your laptop, they will still continue. And some of them, if they resist, that led to the killings and all this other stuff. You understand? So the youth, these have been persistent. You understand? SARS have been disbanded for a very long time. And if I could remember, around in the recent years, they disbanded SARS. The public protested and they disbanded. Yes. So later, it doesn't even take 6 months, SARS came again. You understand? So this protest has been going on, but it's not as massive as now. Yes. So recently, a footage came out which they were dragging 2 men out of their house or hotel, for that matter.
Oh my gosh.
So in the process, one was shot and killed, actually, by a SARS officer instantly. So this catch up the attention of the young people that this cannot be continuing, because tomorrow it might be me or it might be you. You understand? So that's why the Nigerian youth came on strongly to condemn SARS, and I think SARS has been disbanded. But my problem is, it's not the name that should be changed. You understand? It's the people that should be trained or should be changed. Because SARS is disbanded and now they are talking about bringing up SWAT.
Like what the Americans are having.
Yeah, and it is less than a week. The disbanded SARS is less than a week and they are talking of bringing up SWAT. So which means it's the same people who were in the SARS that are coming to the SWAT again. That means so there's no changes at all.
Absolutely, no, there's a changes of name, but there's no changes of people themselves.
And the people are the ones doing the job.
They do themselves. Well, it's quite saddening because there was another footage that came out during the demonstration. Even one guy was shot dead.
Yeah, 10. There are 10 as of yesterday.
Yeah.
There are 10 casualties of the protest
right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 people have.
So your understanding, you don't say this is going to be another way around to politically affect the sitting president, because what is happening currently is even those that voted him in, most of them are on the street right now.
Yeah.
Asking for this to end. And then we all saw the starting of this NSAS. The first people that came out, the first youth, are well educated, well up to do. Looking at Falz, who is a public, he's the #1 public figure in Nigeria. When we talk about the entertainment in Nigeria, he's one of the biggest celebrities you can count on. And this guy is not just a celebrity or somebody just in entertainment. He's well educated, he's a lawyer as well. So he's the first person, that stood against this to say, no, we have to end this nonsense.
Yeah.
So but there are times people get misquoted when people try to go on the streets to call for certain things that is not okay with them, to call for an end to it. People start politicizing the issue and start talking about issues. So what's your advice, what's your talk towards this?
Like this particular protest, I mean, every meaningful youth that has Africa at heart should support this protest. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not only Nigerian celebrities that should support this protest. This protest is for all Africa. You understand? Because Nigeria is like the picture of Africa. I can say.
Yeah.
Is like our leader. You understand? Nigeria is the leading country in Africa.
Yeah.
So whatever they bring up, as they have brought up this protest, it will send signal to another African countries that the youth of this continent are stepping up.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah. Hold on. Let me just. I think what you're saying is quite right. Anyways, because looking at the incident of what's happening in Guinea Conakry right now. Anyway, that's just an instant. We'll come to that one. Yeah, you were saying something.
Yeah. Now, coming to the political aspect, like the sitting president, if I could remember, his campaign was when he come to power, he will either capture the Boko Haram. You understand? Like he will actually dismantle the Boko Haram, and there will be no Boko Haram issue. So, like now, in my own thinking, it's either the military or the police that he will have used to actually fight Boko Haram, and Boko Haram is fighting the people. Now, if those people who will have fight Boko Haram are fighting the people, then who is going to fight Boko Haram? So you see, this is the problem. You understand? Yeah. Meaning, if he is not careful, his political career, I can say, because this is his final term. You understand?
Yeah.
But thinking of his successor, it will be very difficult for them this trip. Yeah. It's not a joke.
Because looking at the people that came out in United Kingdom, the likes of the Whiskey, and then look at across other places, but actually I fully understood like what the commissioner of the Nigerian police did. And first of all came out, he not only condemned the act, but what he did was he dissolved the whole situation. But I think it was a courtesy call from the head of state or whatsoever to like coming on to again another where there's a footage as well. You've seen the likes of Davido, who as well as a celebrity, was in his suit. Because these are all citizens of the state, and they are creating development into the nation itself. So if they are saying certain thing that is going wrong, that is not okay, they have right to step up to come on board. You understand? Because they are youth as well. Just like you mentioned, if something does not affect you directly, it might affect you indirectly. So I think this is like becoming too much on their side. So they cannot hold it anymore. So but the best of it is like coming out to say, hey, you know what? This need to end. Yeah. But anyways, so what are you thinking this is going to be like? Are you quite thinking this is going to be successful, or you think it's just going to be the government just going to say, okay, like we are mentioning an instance, already the government is trying to change the name instead of changing the people. Yeah. So
I think it's going to actually yield a good fruit, you understand? Because the youths, the leading youth, I can say, the celebrities are the leading youth.
Leading youth for this.
You understand? They have taken up the responsibility. It's their responsibility, because one celebrity is being followed by almost millions of people. You understand? Yeah. Through this Africa and the world.
Oh yeah.
When Davido came out, Faz, for example, when Faz came out, many people.
It was actually Faz around town.
Fine. When Peter from P Square came out, many people followed.
As well,
So, in as much as these leading youths have taken the responsibility, I mean, all of us are behind them, and until we see that the right thing has happened, this movement is going towards eradicating the old folks out of the political arena
and bringing a new one.
And
of course, that's happening because of recent. I saw there's a footage caption I got from my friend. Actually, it's my friend, though we don't normally talk that much because celebrity life. Yeah. But there is my friend. I hope you probably might have seen that post. He decided to start up and coming up his political career, John DeMillo of Ghana, stepping up like he wants a seat in parliament. I hope you might saw my post on
Yes, I
Facebook.
saw.
So he's a very young guy, and I think if us as youth coming up in political, arena in trying to make a change, I think it's gonna be a change for positive. We are in us as youth, it's gonna be admirable, and we're gonna be looking at it like these are examples we need to follow. The truth of it here is we cannot like change it off at once to say, okay, there will be no old men ruling any state in Africa. That's very difficult to change, because they are our grandfathers, they are our fathers, blah, blah, blah.
Experiences.
They have the experiences as well.
They can give advices.
But I think, encouraging like a youth to become a leader. It's happening in France. Macron is like one of the youngest, leaders in the world that I look up to. But then he's not perfect. But if you look at his cabinet, he's having more ageable people. And I think like the advisors are all part of the presidency. Because when something is going wrong, you have your advisor that seeks to telling you, hey, what you're doing is wrong, what you're doing is right. You understand what I mean?
Sure.
So I think if really there's going to be a change, we are in having youths in power, and then eligible people here at the side is better. But as we don't talk about this SARS situation in Nigeria, and then we just want to be assured and sending out this voice here. Us as youth are standing with our brothers and sisters in Nigeria to saying end the SARS, and the government and every Nigerian stakeholder watching us or listening to us, where part of the world you are, help send our message across. Like we are standing with your brothers and sisters to end this SARS. Anyways, Foday,
like what I want to say towards this particular topic as we conclude, I just want to say we at the Youth Advocacy Program in the Ghana are strongly in support of the movement that SARS shouldn't only be ended,
but to be dissolved.
the brutality of police should end. You understand? And if the brutality of police is not ending, then we should put an end to policing completely.
I think there are states where there is no police.
Yes, that should make the blanket, because if SARS is being dissolved and police brutality still continues, then there's no.
We're actually sorry for that. We're having some difficulties with the internet. It's weekend, so it kind of choked up, and but anyways, we youth, not only as a youth but as an activist, I'm not supporting the initiative like they shouldn't give power, but then I'm just advising, sending a message like the people taking over should watch them, keep eye on them, protecting them. But coming at them with a forceful, holding them for this, you can question them. We've seen it's happening in South Africa and other places, but then the too much of coming at them. Viewers, we are very sorry, really sorry. We haven't some kind of breakdown transmission going on, but we promise it's gonna fix out, and just cope with the situation and help understand what is happening, okay? So Foday, we are, I was talking on the issue where what is making the leaders that are currently ruling, and when it's their kind of end of term, they are very scared to live in the power because they're thinking like the other person that is coming up will go after them one way the other way. So this is really becoming so serious right now that the instance of what is happening right now in Guinea Conakry, this man has already ruled for 2 terms. Now it's election time. Today is Guinea election day. Serious demonstration, massive one. People are coming out in their large numbers, making sure they go cast their votes. Currently in the Gambia, all Guineans are going to the embassy to cast their vote. Again, it's happening in Senegal and across the world where they are and giving permission to vote. Tell me, what do you think really, with your experience and understanding, like certain people already they've exceeded their time, but you're still looking at they want to be there again. What's your own thinking, and what do you think is causing that?
Well, in my opinion, the bottom line is that is greed and selfishness.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because if somebody is not selfish, you have your people at heart. You value the constitution that is governing the state. You understand? Because any utterances on that constitution might lead to what we are seeing now. Because this guy has ruled for the first time.
Okay.
The people he's trying, let's put him in.
Put him in again.
He
Then
came
wait for the second time.
Yes, definitely he tried for in some areas,
Okay.
but in most areas he didn't try.
A demonstration so far in those countries towards situations and going and calling against what is happening, like the president must know it. 82 years, okay, it's fine. But then, going for another term again. You've ruled for 2 terms. You want to go for 3 terms. It's selfishness. But anyways, we skip that. We go on the road. Because why we kind of touching all these angles is because these places are full of youth. And majority of these things that happen. Viewers, we are so sorry. Today, the net is kind of horrible. But anyway, we keep in the rolling. We're going to make sure we deliver our message out here to us all as youth and young people, and how focused we need to be. So, Foday, we are talking on an instance of like majority of people being on the streets are youth, not the old folks, because they are scared. And to my surprising, most of these people that people are fighting for, you will not see their kids among them. Do you think it makes sense
It doesn't
to go die for somebody that doesn't take his or her time to go training you guys to do a demonstration or to talking? Do you think really that makes sense?
It doesn't make sense. And even like Guinea's protest for today is not necessary anymore. In fact, protest in Guinea is no more necessary.
Well,
because today is the decision making day.
making day.
You
Let's see what
understand? I
happens.
think the best thing a youth can do, go and cast your vote and go to your house,
Yeah.
wait for the results.
And see
Just
what's
make sure
going
you
on.
make the right choice, you
Sure,
understand?
that's
Because this has to determine the peace and stability, the progress, the education of the children in the country for the next 4 or 5 years. You understand? So you have the war in Africa now is the main not we have to be strategic in whatever we do. So I think the protest before or whatever somebody can understand because of the unrest and whatever the intimidation, yes, but today and every other time from today, I think the protest is no more needed because
let's see what happens. Let's really see what happens. And let's hope
I
for the best.
see change of government in Guinea.
Well, yeah, that's gonna actually happen. But let's see, the old man, he's still insisting, and he's like, I don't want to go, and I want to sit here. My waist is good for the chair. It's crazy.
Yeah,
but anyway, we'll keep it rolling.
Jammeh was stronger than him.
No, yeah, that's very true.
We are ready.
That's very true. But then let's make an instance of situation of like coming back to here where we are. You have to go and vote for him. You understand what I mean? Do you really think this kind of makes sense? Starting to give a hate speech among people, among citizens of a state. Do you think that really threatening citizens of Africa?
That's why I say he is possessing an authority.
Yes, we are viewers. We are really sorry over the net situation right now. It's kind of creepy somehow, but yeah, we're trying to walk along and making sure we get it going. But yeah, for it, we are discussing on the issue like we've seen a whole minister coming out making a statement saying if some side people want to stay in this nation, they are really going to change. Yeah, so like you were saying, yeah.
As youth, we must try to condemn such speeches. Official people. In fact, as an incumbent government, you understand, let your work do your campaign. You understand? Because you have been in power for almost 5 years. You understand? So at least there must be something you should point at. That this is what I started. Now please vote me in to complete it, because there is no way you can just give a hate speech to people to vote for you. That's not possible.
Well,
You know, it's,
to me, I just feel
it's
he's trying to
uncalled for.
threaten. He's trying to make a threaten, speech, and trying to like make certain group of people panic.
And let him know that the particular group of people he is threatening are one of the strong pillars of this country's economy.
Sure. Then again, you don't think like the president really should come out and condemn, this hate speech so on? Because so far, I'm even taking a look at my Twitter, it's kind of trending, and we have Gambians across the world that have been like commenting on Once on Gambia and other social media platforms, really trying to condemn the act from the minister coming out to making that kind of statement. So I quite understood people are looking up to the president to come in and to condemn the act of what this certain individual has done.
He should come out to condemn
But
that.
our advice and message, and one thing we are really happy for is that the youths of today are so wise up and understood really well what is good and what is bad. And we're looking forward that us as young people, as youth, can continue in holding these grounds of being possessed to understanding our values, people. The solution to a lot of problems where you hear it's youth there, it's youth there, be quite short of totally. Now, let's come with we're coming up with a call that is ongoing again. It has to do with Sierra Leone. It's crazy, of recent, the situation happening in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
And if I'm sure, I think they've had the longest coffee, if I'm right, within the sub-region, Africa. And now I'm seeing artists coming, crying, sending a voice, asking the government to end the coffee. Don't you think they are very late to coming out for requests like this?
Well,
And again, they're not even doing instance how the Nigerians are doing to say, what? Let's go out and do a peaceful march, because some of them are actually thinking that their political influence they have with certain individuals that are in government. And according to human rights, what it states, it gives you a citizen the right to march up on the street with a card, peacefully go on the street to call against what you're not okay with. So, if certain things are against, we saw it happens in America, with the lockdown and that stuff. They did a peaceful march. It don't mean when you go on the street, you're going with cutlass machetes. No, you go peacefully. But now the Sierra Leoneans, artists are there, everybody's selling. And I recently saw a picture of Manzu, the other guy, when others are already making videos like Steady Bongo, the likes of Cardinero, and to name a few, saying end coffee. And then Manzu came out saying, well, I think we all understood the situation that is currently happening. Well, I'm sure I would just request everybody stays. See what I'm saying? So what do you think? When there are people that are looking at their political interest and their connections they have with these politicians, and they are scared to come out to say, okay, let's go against this kind of situation that is affecting us. Because it's really affecting them. Mm-hmm. And let's look at the instance of in Gambia right now. Everything is totally up. We're taking the corona precautions, but as it takes right now, everything, no coffee, no lot of protocols on people, on citizens, and us as residents here in the Gambia. Everybody's free going about their normal business. You just have to be, having it in mind that okay, there is this, this is I have to take this precaution and this. So in other words, if you're looking at what the government is actually trying to do, it's trying to make a way for the citizens. Because remember, if you're a leader of any state, any nation, you are not a leader for yourself, not for your family, but the rest key people, your country men, they're looking up to you to see what you can do for them. Now, our president has been traveling a couple of times. Of recent, we all had the flying train that was going on. He went to Lebanon. Again, he has gone to Lebanon. And the citizens are crying. The coffee is still going on. Foday, can you elaborate on this a little bit? And
Yeah. First of all, what I want to say is that Sierra Leoneans have the attitude of I don't care. You
I don't
understand?
want to know.
So because in the first, as a youth, as a celebrity, you know where
You start.
your income is
It's
coming from.
Yeah.
You understand? And you know there will be something that is going to hinder that income. I think you should have the mentality of thinking not at the present situation but beyond the present situation. You understand? Because if I could remember around March, April this year, the president declared a 1-year state of emergency. I think that was the point that the youths, the celebrities should have come out to actually protest.
Yeah, Mr. President, this
Yes.
will really affect us in
Because
entertainment.
1 year of
State of emergency.
state of emergency,
Is it a war? Are people just from war?
now they are protesting for end curfew.
Yeah.
He can end the curfew today, tomorrow he bring
Bring
another,
again,
yes,
bring
he
another-
put the curfew still again or bring another thing because he has
Strategy.
all the rights. He has all the constitutional rights under a state of emergency that he can put a curfew today, tomorrow he remove it, he put it again. So I think the time the protest should have come or the campaign should have started was the time he declared 1 year state of emergency.
Well,
which I didn't support.
Yeah.
you
Nobody supported that
you
idea.
understand? But silent mean concord, you understand?
Yeah. But
He
again-
pronounced, he announced 1 year in state of emergency. Even if I could have only few parliamentarians that commented, you
Against
understand?
it,
Few,
yeah.
like Kana
But
Mohammed
let-
Bangura, these
Let me,
people.
let me just take you back.
Yeah.
Didn't you think, like, because of the brutality of police and other people, and the scarcity in kind of people, like, okay, now this president have said this, so if we want to do anything funny, they're going to come at us, and you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, to my understanding, really when I got when the corona was becoming on the ramp, most of people really think this thing was going to take that kind of frame time this man has given. Then again, we have certain folks that really understood that this is not really going to take up to this day. But because of the police brutality, this thing is the most funny thing.
No,
Citizens are scared of, the police. What makes the difference between you and the police is just the uniform. They are civilians like me and you when they are not in the uniform.
my brother.
With their experience and what training course they've done, which you can do and I can do it. But it's not everybody that is meant to be a police, nor a military officer. But then you have all the human right that tells you when certain thing is becoming worse in the state, you as a citizen has the right to come out and call against it. But if everybody keep quiet and shut up about it, then it feels everything is okay. And that's how dictatorship really starts at times. It starts very funnily. When a president starts rating the people, he goes first, okay, I'm going to implement this, let me see how they're going to behave. And sooner or later, he starts taking over. First again, he's going to call and say, no election. No, yeah.
Not possible because
No, but this is how it starts.
you and I, we are in this Gambia, you understand?
Yeah, but what
Corona
I'm
started in the
coming.
Gambia.
Yeah, I'm coming. But what I'm saying, but this is how it starts.
This how this thing started.
If
you
a
understand?
president can give a state of emergency for 1 year,
and nobody
and
talks.
nobody talks about it, nobody came on the street, nobody came with a banner to say, hey, Mr. President, this is too
Knowing
much.
fully well that
Because
December is coming, festive seasons
festive
are coming,
seasons are coming, and
1
this-
year that was in April.
Imagine.
So if
And-
you cover all the festive season that the artists have to make some money, that the tourism has to make money.
Where are we going?
So
Where
you
are we
see,
heading to?
these people didn't think that this time will come.
Well, actually, the thing
Do
again,
you understand?
the most sad part of it is, most of these artists, I repeat, most of these artists, yes, they're working, yes, but their major source of getting income is music.
That is it.
That's their office. That's the whole reality thing. And if you are a president, if you are a minister, or whosoever you are working. They too are working. They have families they took care of. You understand what I mean? They have their parents, they have to look after them. They have their kids, they have their siblings, they have all these people. And most of it, to crown it all, they are contributing to the state taxes and other stuff. You understand what I mean? So, but you know why I don't want to talk much about it, because it pains me. Now they are just sitting at their homes writing blah blah blah. It doesn't make sense. The Nigerians are sick and tired of SARS. They took banners, went on the street. They are not killing officers. They are not committing atrocity out there. They just want their voice to be heard.
Nigerian coronavirus is worse than Sierra Leone.
They are more populated than any other African country you can imagine.
The state
36 states. How many millions of people?
More than 191 million
Compares
people.
to 7 million people. Compares to less than how many million people
1
in this
million
country?
people.
We need to be wise up.
1.5 million in the Gambia.
We need to wise up for the good one, not for the bad one. Come on. Now, look at the situation. Do you really think this is going to help them out?
It's not helping anything. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not helping anybody. Because the government has already taken its stand against them.
And then we are all, watching.
Curfew might end now. But when are shows going to be promoted? You understand?
Yeah.
Sierra Leone by December shows have started promotion. You understand?
Yeah.
December, October, November shows have started. You get it. So now December is coming. We are already at the end of October. November, December is coming. So how many shows do you think
Somebody can have?
How many artists can bring up a project, a show in December? So they have already late, you understand? Shows start from September, late September to December. In the stadium, many artists you hear in October, during October, December, or to the Christmas and New Year. So now that they are protesting, even if those curfew end now, many of the upcoming artists, those that are protesting now, they have things to eat. Music or new music.
Somebody just sent me a message here. He said, "I'm watching you guys live from Uganda. I'm a Sierra Leonean Gambian, and I'm watching you guys right now, and I'm liking the show." He sent me the message on WhatsApp. But then he's asking the same question I asked: does it really make sense that they are sitting? So they are lying on their bed, making. It's funny.
End curfew. Hashtag end curfew. Whatever.
Hashtag end curfew. Tell me your thought about it.
I said it doesn't make sense because in the first instance, it's like they are imitating from Nigerians.
No, they are not. Because if they are, they should be out there.
No, listen.
But they are sleeping. Some of them will be on bed.
Even the Nigerian protest, many African celebrities. I saw their tweets. I saw their videos. You understand? But for me, I don't know for you, but for me, I've not seen any Sierra Leonean musician or artist or even public figure to say I support Nigeria in the NSAS protest. You understand? Only these few days, I think yesterday that I was saying on Facebook, end curfew, end curfew, end curfew.
Yeah, well,
that doesn't make any sense, my brother.
Aren't you think it's like the scarcity again they're having, the kind of scary
Of
like being scared to say, coming out to say, okay, end curfew. Alright, viewers, we're going to take a pause. They highly waited for so late. Now she's coming. But then the only issue that they will have to talk about, because they are students as well, what they've been going through, and now school is open, so how are they going to cope with the situation? Because, the main thing that we are looking at is us as young people. We have a very long way to go. We have a lot of things to do. How are we to achieve all this? How are we to make, a very beautiful steps in life? A kind of pain when we look at some of our aunties that are working for quite this long and all this, Anyways, yeah. Looking at schools has been open again. Awa? like we are saying, sorry for that pause, waiting on the lady. Hello? Oh, the seat. Well, viewers, now we have the lady in our midst. We're going to allow her to introduce herself. Desperately, we are so sorry, like I said earlier on, why she was so late because of the traffic and where she was coming from a while. But we are very happy that she made it up and finally she's here. We just want to ask you a few questions, like the schools have been reopened, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
And you as a student, a university student, been here for quite long, some be studying online, and those that don't have the opportunity to be online, you're going to tell us a little bit about this. But then first, will you introduce yourself to our lovely and beautiful viewers out there so that they can know who you are exactly? So what's your name, please? And yeah, we proceed from there. Can you talk loud?
I'm Aisha.
All right, viewers, that's Aisha Jame. She's a second-year student doing business management. She's going to talk a little bit of what we've been discussing on here as the schools are opened up and all this. She's going to tell us like some few things that they've been going through. Hello? Yes.
Life.
Yes, Mamakuna Junction. Mamakuna Junction. Sibek, Tanka, you don't know Sibek International? Okay, alright. That's another guest of ours that's supposed to be again calling. We are very sorry, it's Sunday and it's very difficult to get in all the way to where we are at. You know, it's quite a little bit far and quite long. But anyways, we're going to make sure we deliberate on issues that are really important and that are affecting us as youth. So Mr. Foday, now coming to the situation of this schooling, it's something we have to talk about again. But first, let's deal with this issue of Sierra Leonean and coffee. Aren't you think, again, these people are late and their voice to be heard is difficult when the president is not even in the country right now, if they don't come out in large numbers?
Yeah, that is what I initially said, you know, and it is better too late than never sometimes. As I was saying, it's better too late than never sometimes, but as it is, these people's career, many of them, their career has been put on hold because of this 1 year state of emergency.
Okay.
And any state that is under a state of emergency for 1 year, many things go wrong. You understand? Example is the entertainment industry, because they make their shows at night.
Yeah, and they make money at night.
Yes, if coffee is being imposed, at first it was 10, even though now it's 11 o'clock, which is the right time for shows to begin. In most cities, you understand?
Yeah.
And 5, which is the time the shows ends. So meaning there is nothing they can do.
Okay.
Because you can't make a show in the daytime. Who's going to attend? Everybody's going to work. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think they should put more seriousness in this. Come out peacefully, do the protest, let the government hear their voices, hear their opinions, and then do something about it. And I don't just want the government to do something about the curfew, let them completely end the state of emergency. For example, Gambia is a very small country, you understand?
Yeah.
If I could remember when the coronavirus actually was on the rise, the president wanted a 90 days of state of emergency.
Exactly, yeah.
But the parliamentarians stood up,
against.
not even half of the 90 days, but it was 21 days that they approved.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? And I
But then
think
you don't think he came out with a strategy when we talk about the Gambian state of emergency?
yes, but
He did a
all
strategy,
put
but that was very
together-
nice.
All put together, it's not up to
So
6
like-
months.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
You understand?
That's
Because
very
the
true.
first was 21 days, and after everybody saw that the 21 days was not even enough, even the layman, the last man in the village saw it that this 21 days is not enough.
Yeah,
So instead of adding another 90 days, they brought in another 21 days.
21 days.
And after that, they let everybody realize. Until when the virus started again, they put in another 21 days.
Another 21 days.
And with the curfew, you understand?
Yeah,
And that goes up to 42 days, and the curfew ended. And now everybody is.
it's free. Yeah, about their normal business.
And Sierra Leone
I
school
think
has
that,
opened.
that's a kudos to the president, and we want to say thanks to
That-
His Excellency
that was very-
President Adam Barrow for really putting the country at heart for that particular thing he did, coming out and hearing to the voice of us, the people, to understanding that yeah, I need to protect my people because I'm here for them. That's why we went through a lot. You know, it wasn't really easy. Of course, it has not been easy, even for the work people. You know, because you know, even the work shifts we are kind of divided.
Yeah.
Some offices divided into 2 shifts.
Yes.
Some divided into a week. You have to go for work for 1 week, and then you have to stop working.
And the salaries were reduced.
And the salaries were reduced.
Some workers were redundant.
And then some of us, our workplace were closed. Like, because I worked in the hotel industry, it was totally closed because there was no tourists coming in, and everything was like at its pause. And then we have to take the pause because we have to take the precautions as well. Because it might be like most of the tourists coming in, we'll be having it as well. And then two are going to be like affected. So, but anyways, it has been a lot of with the government, with us as citizens of the state. But one thing I'm ever happy about was the president to really understanding like these are my people. If I continue to depriving them, and even myself, I'm depriving myself because he has relatives. I could remember when he started doing the campaign, you know, around making up meetings, it was everywhere on social media. And then he noticed like he's depriving himself as well. And he needs to end it. And for sure, he thought it fit, come on. Step by the president. And now everything is free. What's your advice as well?
Yeah, like everything is not totally free, you understand? Because
Yes.
Corona is still here, and there are still some new cases coming up, and people are in isolation, people are in quarantine. So like everything is not free. Even though many places has been open, schools have been open, universities are opening, and the restriction on market has been lifted, the coffee has been lifted, but all is not over until Corona is completely out of the country.
Well, actually, it's not like
You understand?
we are not corona free yet.
No.
And nobody has declared that.
No, there are still some
Because-
new cases. There is just
But I think the control-
the control
Has been hot like
Yeah.
99.9%
90%.
so on.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
so we are so very happy about that. But now looking at the country called Sierra Leone that is still under the state of emergency for 1 year. Come on.
and hopefully
Youth.
this is the sixth month, I think.
We have certain youth that are empowered and employing themselves, and the only way they can make their incomes, their survival to sustaining their families is through music.
It's true. There are shows.
Well, actually, we are not going to join them out to say end coffee because they encourage coffee. Because at the start, the coffee was pronounced out there. They should have come out against it to say, no, Mr. President. This time of coffee is too much.
So the state of emergency.
Yeah,
1 year state of emergency.
1 year
is too
state of
much.
emergency is too much. It's like a dictatorship, for heaven's sake. And Sierra Leone is not on a dictatorship. No way. So we're not gonna back up with these artists lying on their beds they are making and coffee. No. All we are sending here, the message we are sending is because we are youth, we are young people. So we are calling on to Mr. President to hear our voice. Like there are thousands of youth out there that are surviving by themselves. No, you, the president, is paying them. You are just there looking after them, like because you are the president of the state. But they are paying themselves. They are earning their own finances in different ways. Mr. President, you must respect that. These are your citizens. Every loving president of any state of Africa should first put not only the country at heart, but your citizens are the priority of that state. That's why you're ruling. Because if you like being a president and you don't have anybody to rule, what makes you a president? Who are you really ruling?
Nobody. Then you're not even, because a leader can be a leader if there are people you are leading. If you don't have anybody you are leading, you're not a leader. You can't lead by yourself. You lead with people. You understand? So that is it. So like, I am not also supporting the end curfew. I am just telling the celebrities of Sierra Leone, let them come out.
Yeah, if you mean it, you come out.
Protest, simple. And also our parliamentarians, you know, every bid that is from the president passes through the parliament.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So like, the 1 year state of emergency passed through the parliament and it was approved before the president pronounced it. So I also want the parliamentarians to get the people at heart, because they are there to represent the people. You know, when the president of the Gambia, Adama Barrow, pronounced 90 days of proposed 90 days of state of emergency, the bid was sent to the parliament. So they rejected it. They bring it down to 21 days, and that was final.
Well, now, you know, to my observation and what I'm saying, most of these members of parliament that people put there looking up to them to be representative for them are failing them. Because some of them mostly prefer supporting the party, whether what the party is doing is bad. Do you think it's everybody that belongs to present political party that is supporting any bid that goes to parliament?
No.
No. There are a lot of parliamentarians that are actually, you know, they are part of the present government, their position is being given by the present government, but they are against certain bids that president is about to take, or certain bill that they are passing there in parliament. But one thing that is keeping them quiet about this, when you ask people in parliament, like they're in class 1 or they are in nursery schools, telling them, all those in favor say hey, all those not in favor say nah. You know, it's one of the most silly things I've ever come across. How can you do that? We expect people of, sorry, we're having a call with one of our ladies as well, who is to joining us, coming over, and then we're keeping the show still going on. Hello? Yes. Okay, now just take the car. You just say you're coming to Mama. Say to Mama Kuna Junction. Mama Kuna Junction. Yeah, when you reach here and take taxi, $50. Just tell him to drop you at Tanka Tanka. I'll pay your time to be here. You know what I said, yeah? Yeah, no, just take a car. Yeah. We are waiting on you. We are still on the show. Okay. You know, today's program is specially designed to really preaching our reality. That's why the youth advocacy form. We don't care who you are. In fact, one I don't want to tell people when they ask me why I'm against certain political parties, political institutions, political people. I don't care. If my dad was a politician and what he does is it doesn't make sense, I would say that. Because my country interest should be above all. Because one thing you have to imagine, if I support a failed government, I'm failed too. Because when the nation is going down, I'm in the nation. So where am I going? I'm going down. And I'm going to be failed. It's nothing but the reality. The absolute reality. And really, what we have to do is to making sure we protect the state, not individuals. That's what I'm expecting every citizen of every state, be you Europe, Asia, wherever you are. It's one thing that everybody should have in the heart. Your country's interest, let it be above everything. If we are just going because you're my friend, you are this, and what you're doing is wrong, and I'm supporting you because of what? That's bullshit. For do you think that makes sense?
It doesn't.
You're supporting me, and what I'm doing is horrible.
It's only a true citizen who can reject those things, because the state that we have reached now in Africa is like you are doing this to protect your job, or you are doing this to protect your relationship, you know. And if at all you don't do this, you can't get something. You understand? At least we have to deviate ourselves from that mentality.
The mentality is really making me sick at times when I think about it. That we have certain institutions that are supposed to protecting the citizens. Yeah, when you look at this, these civil rights organizations that are becoming political, it's crazy. It's insane. No civil rights group or organization should patronize with any political party. Even if I'm your brother, I'm a politician, and what I'm doing is not for the interest of the state. Tell me in front of my eye. If you cannot tell me, you have your organization. Use it as an advantage to go against what I've done. And then I will respect you. But do you know most of these organizations are not being respected anymore?
No, because they lost their integrity.
They lost their integrity for brown envelope, for heaven's sake. Where are we heading to? Where are we going? These are the questions we need to be asking ourselves. Are we truly loving the nation? Are we really putting the state at heart? What are we looking forward to? How do you want to see your grandkids coming up when you are no more? You want to see them? If you don't make your country, who do you think is going to make it for you? If you don't be a contributor to making your state being developed, who is going to be a contributor? If you don't stop being racist, who is going to else stop it from you not taking the advantage to stop it? If you don't stop making differences among people, who else is really going to take it? And it's me to make that decision. We have to say no. And the no has to be no. Don't judge me. I won't judge you. But then if what I'm doing is bad, judge me in front of my face. Go against me. We are so happy and we are blessed to having social media that we are able to send in our messages across. But then again, the sad part of it, when you look at it, when you keep sending your voice, your message, and people are not learning. Because, you know, it should have been enough if people can learn from Professor Lumambo, Patrick Lumambo. You know, this man, he's not like the most educated person in Africa, but he's an icon, a super icon that goes against bad acts of Africa. This man has been holding conferences upon conferences, giving out messages. The most disgusting part is people learning. The people we expect much from are not really learning. Why? Somebody's trying to join us up. Let's see if we can bring them over.
Well, so what I have actually learned about Africa here is that we, the youth now, are the transitional team of Africa.
Yeah.
You understand? Because we can make the change that we want, but we can make the change that we want to see for our children.
Sure.
Because our fathers fought, but what they fought for was for our freedom. They fought to see us growing up in a family with no chain. They fought to see us grow in an environment with no threats, which we have, which they achieved. So I think our own mission should be to create an Africa of peace and unity for our children, because we are like the sacrificial lambs for the next generation, and any mistake we do in this particular time will affect Africa for a very long time, because it is no more weak people that have to come and do it for us. And we should actually deviate ourselves from this mentality that it is white people or another person, another race who have to come and develop our Africa for us. It's not possible. It's time we start the peace, the unity, the love that we want to see in the next 50 years, in the next 40 years. You know, when my children and your children will have been in a position of leadership.
Yeah.
So, the Africa that we want to see for our children should be practiced now.
Now. And when we say now, it's right now. That should be the priority.
And because tomorrow might be very too late and expensive, you know.
Yeah.
Because Professor Lumumba is an icon. He is making a landmark, you know, as he's making a landmark as like Martin Luther King did. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think if there are a clue of African youth who are following up, there will be a change very soon.
Well, that's Foday Musa. He is the program officer for the Youth Advocacy Program. Sorry for that. He is the communication officer for the Advocacy Program. He has been one of the committed youth so on that we're looking up to for a change. This fight has not been easy. It has been there way back. And we are still on the fight, and we're never going to give up. We're still going to continue this fight. We're still going to continue this talking. But then, it comes to a question that one must ask, him or herself. If a talking continues and no action is being done, what's the essence of fighting? We need to make a change for good. We need to bring certain things to light, and then we need to put an end to certain things that we know these are not okay. Nobody else is going to tell you that. You have to tell yourself. You have to make the change you want to see. The wall, coming up. People are making up decisions, taking steps, rallies. Most people that are used are young people, potential people. But then, if we don't take a way that leads us to a good path, where are we heading to? Let's stop being partisan, being selfish to ourselves. Don't support me for something that you know I'm not credentially, I'm not, but you support me. Even if I become a politician and I'm doing nonsense, you cannot tell me in my face, go against what I'm doing. Let's stop making difference between ourselves. Let's stop the differences. Let's try to make a better nation. Let's try to make a better living, not for ourselves, but for others as well to benefit. Let's stop the selfishness. Because when we look at one of our key problems that is affecting us is selfishness. Is that one of the key things that is becoming on rampage, is becoming on the high range, that we are so selfish that even at times our own parents, we deprive them from enjoying from us because we are selfish. Where is that going to take us? Where is it going to lead us? What are we really going to gain from being selfish? When at the end of the day you're not going to live forever, you're going to die. But we sending a message like you as a youth, you need to be wise up. You need to use your IQ to work on things that people should not work on you for. Let's make that change that we want to see. Let's bring the change to reality thing. Let's stop dreaming it. We need to ask ourselves, if I choose to be partisan, if I choose to support individuals that are not credible for certain offices, certain things, why should I give them the means to handle it? When I know at the end of the day, I will cry. When are we going to make these changes? Are we ready to change? Are we really ready to put in an end to all this? is much more in you. If you choose to support your uncle, live in the interest of the state, if you choose somebody with this person failure, you choose this person, what do you expect? Where do you want your nation to be at? When you are no more, what are you thinking for your grandkids? When you are no more, what hope do you think you are having when you are away? What's the hope for your kids, your grandkids? What's the benefit are you gaining supporting an individual that keeps failing you? That is not making change that you're looking forward to, that your parents are looking forward to. Do you love your country? Do you love your fellow citizens? Do you advise yourself? Do you talk to your friends to stop fighting for certain people that doesn't want it? That you would think they will bring change, I don't know, they will fail the state? What are you? If you're not putting the country's interest above all, what are you? A question, small, but bigger than the world to answer. Everybody is a political animal or so. Everybody belongs to a political party. The whole world. Myself. Because what makes you a citizen of any state is when you cast your vote. Yeah, you have right to vote. And I have right to vote. And my right for vote is vote for change. It's not only, okay, I have to vote against the present government because I want to vote against it. No. But then I have to think and with determination, after understanding the person that I want to vote for, the question goes, what is he going to do? Is he capable to bring in the change that I want to see? To bring in the development that I want to see? Or is he capable to bring in that development or change that my grandkids can see, they can benefit from? The questions are too much. But the reality thing is, you the youth, you that young man that is watching me from any part, you having the answer to yourself. When you sit for a while, you think, you know everything, every decision you want to make. You look at every change you're looking forward to. Your circumstances in society to making a greater place to live for all is when you're ready to take a step to making a better. It's sad when certain group of people coming together to use us. It's sad. At times, I'm left with no speech, but like a dark ears full with tears. When I see youths who be dancing in the street, throwing words at each other for political party, for people that they don't even have access to when they become who they want to become. They don't even encourage you. Well, I think it's never late that we have to make a change. We have to take a step. With no further word, I'm going to stand to that feet, leaving that word there. In our midst, we have a noble lady in the house, and viewers in my midst, we have Fatima Daramy that we've been waiting for, but we have no cause of complaint, so on. Because if we say we're going to complain, then we know the situation that's happening already, so we have ourselves again to be blamed. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself, and then we start it from there. Yes, madam, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers out there?
Yeah, good evening. I am Fatima Daramy from Sanjawa.
Yes. You know, may I call her Fatima Daramy because she really like at times being so strong and act like Hussein Dabo. But anyways, with no time to waste, we proceed from there. Madam Fatima,
Yeah.
you're welcome to the Youth Advocacy Talk Show, the Youth Conversation Hour. And we are very pleased to having her to be part of us as one of our activists as well. We're looking forward that she becomes one of our outstanding, actress so far in the movie aspect. Tell us a little bit about how you've been during this pandemic. How helter-skelter you've been going up around with it. How's Corona been treating you?
Corona has been treating me very badly.
Seriously? Well, it's quite normal. Like Corona has really been treating everybody very badly. So tell us your own aspect. How badly has Corona been hitting you?
Yeah, that's true. And I was very happy to answer such questions like that.
Yeah. So yes, go on. We are listening.
Yeah, the Corona has been treating me very badly in the sense that even in places I've been working, like we do marketing, and sometimes when we are to go out for marketing, due to the restriction towards the pandemic, at times we would like to enter in one of the offices. They will ask us to stay back or let one of our members to go in. So it was very crazy towards us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
I can imagine.
One of
This was like when really was it like when the Corona was like almost at the end or at the middle of it, or when it's like almost at the end side?
when it was in the middle.
In the middle. Wow, I could imagine. That was the time even for your auntie to have a handshake with you,
Corona is not
you know,
at the end.
and no, what she's trying to say really I can understand is, they kind of meet all understood. That's the soft, of it. The soft side was where a lot of people were not actually believing. I think in the Gambia we are the first group to make a video about it, about the shaking and other stuff. Yeah, initially there are a lot of folks that we are not actually believing in this pandemic, that it exists. Yes. And again, it was like, it exists in Europe, it's not here in Africa. Yeah, but everybody has their mentality that you cannot change yourself. But then it came to the mid-peak. And the mid-peak was crazy, we all knew.
Obviously.
And that was the time you had of the death rates. Oh, the cases are flying. How many thousands today? You understand what I mean? And that was the time even your uncle, like, you give a call like, uncle, I want to come over, to say, you like, yeah, wait first. I will advise you wait first, please. The corona is not easy, so you have to wait and maybe later. So I understand very well. But else than that, we all understood what marketing has to do. Suddenly you have to go reach individuals to convincing them for your business or your product, whatsoever, things that you are doing, to letting them know. So like stopping, to come in. Maybe you have the vaster experience than the other person that is going to talk. Maybe she's going to leave something at the back of it. He or she might leave it back. But it being like you are a group together, you can make the delivery of message. It's just like now we're here. We are live here, making sure we deliberate on issues that are affecting us as young people. I can do it alone, yes, but there are steps and things that I cannot talk on alone. But yeah, my co-partner here will do it as well. So that's what they call the teamwork. But Fatima, tell me how you've been able, as a woman, very young at your age, how have you been able to conquer this fear in you?
Yeah, I thank God because those I was moving with, they are very, very strong.
Okay.
At times we have our group meeting and organize ourselves, like when we have to meet people like that who are very concerned about the pandemic. Sometimes we schedule ourselves and know how to go to those people and convince them
about
what we are up to.
But were you not actually like in your group having people that goes at times to even feel like they are discriminating them? Because the pandemic came to a certain time, you feel at times they are discriminating you. Because even myself, I could remember right trash supermarket at Brusubi or Bruford. Yeah, and then to discover that I cannot go in without face mask. Because normally I carry my face mask, but due to my breathing when I'm like taking in air, trying to inhale, at times I feel a little bit difficult. So mostly when I'm carrying my mask, I do put it in my pocket. So if I'm like to entering like a public transport, I put my mask on. If I'm like entering into public places like market areas or this official place. But on this particular night, I was so in a haste that I could not even think like, oh, I'm having my face mask at the back of my pocket. Yeah, and the lady was like, oh brother, you have to use your face mask or else you're not coming in. I was like, whew. It came to a point of view where I was, I was kind of pissed off. Just come on the ground. be a problem. And she said, please, you have to understand, but you have to use it. I forgot I have face mask in my pocket. Then I decided to buy another face mask. Just because I want to go get something from the supermarket. So how has it been? Was it there any challenges among you guys as a team? Like somebody might have said, you know what, Fatima, I'm just sick and tired of this.
Yeah, I could remember last time when we were to enter in one of the offices.
Oh my God.
The manager just sent us out.
Out?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was very crazy, and from there, one of my friends became so very negative and decided to even quit from the work.
Oh my goodness.
So I just advised her that it's a short time. And
Because I'm very kind of to cold. That's the kind of person I am. If I do wash my feet, at times, I do at times do pray my 5 daily prayer. I'm not going to lie, I don't pray my 5 daily prayer all the time. I'm not going to satisfy anybody. No. I'm in front of the camera, I'm not going to do that like, no. At times I pray 3 times, at times I pray 2 times, yeah. Because
You have to try.
a God I'm serving is not you, so I'm not going to lie to you anyways. But you understand what I mean? I'm a Muslim, I'm a very proud one. It doesn't mean if you're a Christian or Muslim, there is no difference. We're all serving the same God, yeah? But then, the water, more especially, at times into the nose. As I'm talking to you, you're feeling like I have cold already.
Yeah.
And that's the reality, I'm having cold. Because my feet get wet, like frequently, and in my arms. And you got cold through the palms and all these things, your feet, and of course the nose, that's a most. So I skip it. So now coming to an instance like this you're mentioning, because having to being part of us and now being like promoted, it means mashallah. But then we need to share the good news, not only by saying it, we celebrate it.
So
right?
you are promoted to
accountant, assistant accountant.
A round of applause.
That's very
But anyways, Fatima, I'm going to let you be a little bit for now and then come back to Mr. Foday, our he's actually our communication officer. He is the communication officer for the youth advocacy program. So I'm going to hit him more hard to telling us, because I'm a youth. I'm very curious. That want to go. That want to go forward. I want to progress. I don't want to see anything hold me back. No, I have a party. Yes, when it comes to voting, I'll vote for changing. So that time I have to make my decision. But I don't have any partisan stuff in me. No. Foday, coming back to you. Looking at this situation still in Sierra Leone, what your advice are you going to give out there to youth watching us live, and that of youth as well in the Gambia, youth as well in Senegal, in Guinea? This is sir.
Yeah. I just want to tell African youths, especially Sierra Leoneans, if there is something bothering you, bring it out. But bring it out responsibly. Make sure if you are staging a protest, let it be in the frame of the law.
Okay.
Apply for a date. Let the police approve the date, and when that date comes...
No. Hold on. Cut on camera. We're going to hold that one there. Is it every demonstration you want to do, you have to go for police clearance?
Yes.
Well, according to the human rights, you have right to protest if you don't have a drinking water. Do you expect me to go to the police for that?
Sure.
Well, literally.
Because the police are there to protect you even during the protest.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
It's just on the contrary that sometimes instead of protecting they do otherwise.
But aren't you think
Is
it's
it-
just a protocol, it's not compulsory?
No, it's constitutional that
Yes.
if you are staging a protest of any type, there must be a clearance.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
There must be a clearance, and it is the responsibility of the police, of the authorities of the police, to issue you the necessary documents
for you to go
and to
on.
give you the security needed.
But don't you think again this clearance stuff is only a lot of people to coming out to go
And
against what
that
they're
is
okay for
why politics is playing under the policing in
them?
our, in our African youth.
So do you think that makes
It-
sense?
It doesn't make sense.
Will you
because
expect
youth-
will you actually expect an angry youth to wait for clearance?
Yes.
Suppose he or she is not given a clearance.
Yes.
What do you advise?
Then where in the denial of clearance comes in is because of the political willpower. Because if the police is actually independent, they have all rights to advise and give clearance to any protest and provide security if they are independent. But the moment the politicians, I mean the president or any other politicians come in, there the denial of clearance come in.
Okay.
You
Well,
understand?
actually, do you think this is very fair for citizens of any state? They want to come out to express their feelings, and then because of certain individual selfishness, because they are certainly belonging to political parties. Of course, yes, it's your right.
Yeah.
But is it you are supposed, you as an law person, are you supposed to put your politics first or the country's interest?
No, that's why every security setup has to be independent in the country, because whenever the security interferes in the political affairs of the country, there will be an in that particular country. The citizen, the poor citizen, will be intimidated by the politicians, and the politician will be supported by the police.
Then that leads to a failed state.
So because even the politicians, the president himself is not above the law of the state.
Sure.
If he goes contrary to the law, the police have all right to prosecute him to the court. The court try him. If he is guilty, he will be fined, and if he is not guilty, he will be acquitted and discharged. You understand?
Yeah.
Because he is a citizen. Because that term of presidency lasts for only like 10 years maximum.
Okay.
So that is it. So every African youth has a right to protest. But again, the youth must know there is a clear difference between a protest and a
A
riot.
demonstration. Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
If the police gives clearance, if the police give clearance to the youth to protest, peaceful protest, don't go contrary to what is stated in your clearance.
Okay.
You can't be protesting, you put roadblocks, fire on the road, and then destroying national institutions. These are all not protests.
All right. Well, in my midst, that's for the Musa, the communication officer of the Youth Advocacy Program. Well, I'm not going to skip it. I'm going to keep it rolling as we're going to talk to our boss lady here in the house. Fatima, now you're a very strong, since the first time I ever met you, I noticed quite a lot of things that are very potential in you as a very young lady and very determined. And most of the ladies that are with us on the Youth Advocacy Program movement, they are very, very strong and persevere. We're having people that are not even educated, but they are persevere to doing something. They never relent to waiting. So tell me what is really holding you to really be strong this much as a very young girl at your age. Probably to help inspire others that are out there watching us, listening to us as well. So we get this magical step of what you're taking. Tell us a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so very much, my brother. Okay, as for me, Fatima, I can start it when I graduated from school in the year 2018 with a very poor result.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I can say it's not very poor, but the result was not up to my satisfaction.
Okay.
So I was thinking that as a woman, I was having this belief that I shouldn't bother myself again into schooling. Even some of my if at all you can do something else different from schooling, because that is my own point of
philosophy,
view.
okay.
Yeah, that's how I see things. So that is why I was engaged in these business companies. Yeah, I take it as an opportunity, and I'm seeing myself in it.
To grab it,
Yeah.
you don't want to let go of it.
Yeah.
So you are advising colleagues out there, if education doesn't suit you, go get something else, very potential in life.
Exactly.
Well, that's very beautiful message and very good example to herself. The education tried to discourage her, but as a potential as she is, she didn't give up. she stood firm to herself to say, no, I think I have to do something very positive. Let me go try. I'll never relent. And she's trying. Today, alhamdulillah, from school, she's the assistant manager. Accountant. Wow. You know, I'm so amazed. This is it. Currently, there's a show going on in Sierra Leone. It's called The Big Sister. This show consists of women across different parts of the world. People from America. We have ladies from Gambia. We have ladies from Nigeria, Guinea, Senegal, and to name more. They are all currently in Sierra Leone, Freetown, doing this. It's called The Big Sister. Its main focus is to empower women in society. And why, like, you know, some of my friends do ask me, why are you supporting that show? Come on, man, let's watch the Housemaid Salon. No. I have to support them because I have sisters. You understand what I mean? I have nieces, I have cousins, and I have a lot of women. And these women are potential when the light of turning them potentiality somebody in society becomes a reality. It's not magic, but the support is needed. You know, and I want to say thanks, and I pray that you continue as you always been. The person I've known, very perseverance, and I'm looking forward that nothing is going to hold you back. And I see that in you, and I pray you continue that. So now, what's going to be your final message? You know you're exhausted from where you're coming from. I can see her eyes are getting weak, so I'm not going to take her that very much. Now, what's going to be your message to fellow youth out there, be male, be female, that think of giving up in life?
Okay. My final message will be in the form of an advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to advise all the youths out there, being here or anywhere, like as a human being or as a youth, you need to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you are up to, just believe in yourself and know that whatever I am doing, I can do it. And if at all people are thinking negative out of what you are doing, try to prove them wrong.
Exactly.
And stand firmly, show to them that you believe what you are doing until you are successful in it. And never give up, never quit in everything you are doing. Sure. Because as the saying goes, quitters never win.
Exactly.
So that is all that I have, and thank you so very much.
That's so beautiful. But can you please give that advice in Wolof, please, if you don't mind? Because we have viewers as well. Our viewers consist of everywhere. The English is general, yes. But can you give it up for us in Wolof, please?
Okay, comme lu ma doon wax ci kàllaama anglais moo nekk ne damay tàggatoo di jéem a yedd samay mbokk yi maanaam sama nawle yi sama naa ko wax nit ki si lépp loo mënti nekk daal na nekk loo xamante ne danga koo gëm nga gëm li ngay def nga gis sa bopp bul gis ne comme maa ngi def lii teel ci ndax boo bàyyee tamit am na loo xamante ne danga koo séntu si biir mais doo ko jot waaye dangaa dem ba jeex nga dem ba dee nga gis li nga bëgga ba nga gis ko so loolu daal mooy life loolu laa am pour wax ne.
Jerry Jeff, thank you so very much, and it's very nice to having you. So, Mr. Foday, actually, you're having some questions for her, but she's tired. We should not be like boom boom on her. So she's the only. the other lady came. Excuse me. The other lady came, but she could not talk much because she was kind of feeling a bit of headache because of the conjunctions and all that stuff she faced on the way. So we barely asked her to rest for a while, and then she left quite not very long ago, and then Fatima steps up. But then, Mr. Foday, we're going to reserve the questions for another day because we're coming up with a movie. Yeah. Anyways, I'm coming up with that when you say your final message, so on. So what's going to be your final message out there to youths?
Well, my final message is to the African youth. To my Nigerian people, we support you in ending SARS. We support you in ending police brutality.
We say end SARS, we say end police brutality.
To my Sierra Leonean celebrities, you people, you missed the point in the first place. It's better too late than never. You can still make a turnaround. If you want to protest peacefully to the end of the curfew, and make sure not only the end of the curfew, because the curfew can be ended today and tomorrow it can be reinstated again. So let the 1 year state of emergency end now.
Now
this corona has been put to hold. We all are aware of corona. Everybody is taking prevention.
I didn't cut away. Corona. It's corona. It's not corona anymore. It's corona. you know, Corona was said by the Malaysian minister. Well, he thinks Corona is not just a sickness, but Corona is now like a wife.
Sure.
If you marry her, she has attitude. You must learn to live with her. I think you saw that, right?
Yeah.
You know, so
Initially, you,
I was
you
laughing.
think you will control it. You can't. You
but
learn
then
you
you
cannot
learn to
control
live with
So,
it. Well,
learn to live with it.
my viewers, thank you so much, Mr. Foday.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your guy Kekus Kalma-guide, the Youth Advocacy Program, all the way here live from Salaji Simek Layout. Me, I was having my co-partner here, Foday Musa, Communications Officer, and with my main like kind of mentor when you think of the females here in the Gambia, Fatima herself. Now we're gonna say tata until next week, bringing you another beautiful edition of the Youth Conversation Hour. And don't forget, yeah, I want to bring this to you, knowing that we are coming up with a very movie. This movie, will take us far, and we are looking out for your support from wherever you are that really believes in youth. Continue believing in youth. Continue making a change for good in youth's life. Continue aspiring them. Continue being a mentor for good. Stop using the youth in the wrong way. Use them in the right way. Take them like your kid. Don't use them anyhow. Please, we are begging the politicians. Then again, the movie we are coming up with is a sensitive movie titled Don't Force Me. It has to do with marital issues that people normally do, forcing people into. It's the kind of thing we bring in. Viewers of any part of the world you are, we're looking forward for your support. For means of contact,